Welcome to Information Changes Everything. Join us as we take a snappy look at the latest news about information and technology changing our world. This podcast is produced by the University of Michigan School of Information, UMSI. I'm Brian Reeves.
And I'm Alicia Myers.
As always, we love your feedback at umsipodcast@umich.edu. And remember, we link to every story in our show notes. Let's jump in.
Just over half of the PCs in the world are still running Windows 10, even though Microsoft warns it will stop supporting the operating system in October of 2025. Fortunately, Ars Technica has found a few ways you can keep your Windows 10 OS secure for one more year. And if you're wondering if your PC can handle the upgrade to Windows 11, Microsoft has an app for that. We've got the link in our show notes.
We haven't had a listicle in a while. QZ takes a look back at every model of iPhone there ever was. Was it really only 18 years ago that Apple unveiled its first smartphone? Take a walk through nearly 2 decades of development from the iPhone original with its 2G network and minimal apps to today's fully loaded 16E, chronicling the features added along the way. How many versions have you owned?
With 3 billion users, WhatsApp's market potential was apparently too big for parent Meta to resist. According to The Verge, WhatsApp will begin rolling out ads in its updates section soon, despite its founder's vision of no ads, no games, no gimmicks. Supposedly, no personal information will determine the ads users see. Just things like your country code, age, device, language, location, general stuff. It could be a coincidence, but Engadget reports that the U.S. House of Representatives just banned WhatsApp on government devices, citing security concerns.
Move over Farmville. There's a new game for virtual gardeners and their numbers are soaring, like Jack's Beanstalk. In mid-June, over 16 million players of Grow a Garden were simultaneously planting crops and collecting exotic pets. The New York Times says that number tops Fortnite at its peak. A YouTube video by Gamer Nakolo offers 5 reasons why the game is so popular. Reason number 1, it's super casual and relaxing, and requires no skills whatsoever. Now that's our kind of gardening.
According to Nieman Lab, social media has overtaken television as Americans' top news source for the first time. In 2013, over 70% of survey respondents got some news from TV sources, dropping to just 50% in 2025. Over that time, people getting news from social media rose from 23% to 54%. The study says that while social media as a news source has risen in all countries, in the US, the changes are happening faster and with more impact. What's more, these sites are attracting audiences that traditional media has struggled to reach.
Perhaps hoping to take advantage of America's shift to online news, the BBC has announced new subscription fees for Americans to access the BBC News website. BBC services have traditionally been funded by obligatory license fees of around $240 paid by UK households. Americans must now pay $50 annually for access. The BBC hopes this new paywall will provide new opportunities for growth. Why Americans in particular were chosen to fund these new opportunities isn't clear.
At the second annual Rome Conference on AI in June, tech leaders from companies like Google, Palantir, IBM, and Meta gathered to discuss the social and ethical implications of artificial intelligence. This presented a golden opportunity for Pope Leo to address the tech leaders about his own hopes and fears for AI. According to the Vatican News, the Pope expressed concerns about the effect of AI on young people's development, but made clear that the Church desires to participate in discussions that directly affect, quote, our human family.
There have been fads forever, from tulip bulbs to lucky trolls to Tickle Me Elmo, but the internet has definitely made it easier to start a collection craze. In case you've missed this one, Mashable will bring you up to date on the Labubu frenzy, and you can decide for yourself whether the chunky $28 keychain accessory is worth waiting in line for.
Sometimes a technological innovation flops, not because it doesn't work, but because no one seems to want it. One Norwegian scientist and his team have developed a tool to predict whether people will adopt a new technology. According to Norwegian SciTech News, they've made it publicly available in hopes it will help other researchers make more informed decisions about whether to move forward with their technology. And if you're curious about some new technologies that never found traction, Live Science has a list of examples, including Google Glass, 3D TVs, and the NetPC.
For links to all these stories, make sure to check out our show notes. Now, some news from UMSI.
The University of Michigan School of Information is launching a new minor in human-centered artificial intelligence. Starting in fall 2025, undergraduates from across U of M can learn how to use AI effectively and ethically in their chosen fields. Rather than focusing on the technical aspects of AI systems, the new minor emphasizes the real-world application of AI across professional domains, from business to healthcare to law. The curriculum draws upon UMSI faculty's expertise in the human impact of technology. While students will learn to harness AI to find solutions, they will also gain the ability to make informed, responsible decisions about when and how to use it. Check the link in our show notes to learn more about all the great things going on at UMSI.
Did you know that UMSI has an exciting curriculum for augmented reality and UX applications in the automotive industry? We're helping create the next generation of leaders for the industry that's synonymous with Michigan. Find out more about our auto UX offerings by visiting our website, si.umich.edu, or click the link in our show notes. The University of Michigan School of Information creates and shares knowledge that empowers people to use information and technology to build a better world. If you liked this episode of Information Changes Everything, subscribe and leave us a review. It helps listeners like you find our show and continue the conversation. Also, this podcast has a companion newsletter, and you can get the monthly email version for free. Subscribe today at umsi.info/digest. This podcast is written and edited by Glenda Bullock and the marketing and communications team at UMSI. Pirate Audio is powered by humans and AI and provides hosting, production, and distribution. Thanks again for tuning in, and remember, information changes everything. See you next time.